Adams,
Here.
Adamley,
Here.
Adamowski, Adamson,
Here.
Adler,
Here.
Anderson, Anderson,
Here.
Bueller, 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 Bueller.
He's sick. My best friend's sister's boyfriend's brother's girlfriend heard from this guy who knows this kid is going with the girl who saw Ferris pass out at 31 Flavors last night. I guess it's pretty serious.
Thank you, Simone.
No problem whatsoever.
Fry. In 1930, the Republican-controlled House of Representatives, in an effort to alleviate the effects of the, anyone? The Great Depression, passed the, anyone? A tariff bill, the Hawley-Smoot Tariff Act, which, anyone raised or lowered? Raised tariffs in an effort to collect more revenue for the federal government. Did it work? Anyone? Anyone know the effects? It did not work, and the United States sank deeper into the Great Depression. Today, we have a similar debate over this. Anyone know what this is, class? Anyone? Anyone seen this before? The Laffer curve. Anyone know what this says? It says that at this point on the revenue curve, you will get exactly the same amount of revenue as at this point. This is very controversial. Does anyone know what Vice President Bush called this in 1980? Anyone? Something DOO economics. Voodoo economics.
Is your class boring? Am I bored? Are students bored? If you said yes any of those questions, you need to change something in your class. We should go outside of comfort zone, try something new. How to make teaching more exciting, engaging, and fun? What makes a teacher effective?
Good morning, ladies and gents. First of all, let me thank you all for being here today. So if you have a question, please feel free to interrupt me at any time, whenever you want. I think I read this book 5 or 6 years ago, Teach Like a Pirate by David Burgess. There are 3 chapters. So just I will talk about the first chapter of it. We will not talk about the pirate that robs and steals today. We will talk about their adventurous spirits. You know what? Sometimes pirates break the rules a bit. And yes, as a teacher, we have a few rules in the classroom. I mean, as a math teacher, I need to teach math. I need to teach quadratic equations. And you need to teach science, reading, social studies, I don't know, spelling, writing, etc. By teaching like a pirate, the idea that adventurous spirit, we might break the rules during the lesson, during the math class. We might leave the book in their bag. Okay, today we will try something different. We will go outside. But of course, you need to have a plan for it. The normal lesson, the boring lecture is mostly sit, open your notebooks, listen, and write. So during the English class, we might teach students about something really interesting. Maybe we may connect our lesson with daily life. Today, there's a fancy name for it, STEM education. You know the meaning of STEM. Or STEAM education. They added letter A, it means art. Now let's take a look at the pirate part. So as I said before, it's an acronym here. The first letter P refers to passion for the teachers, passion and love. The second one is immersion. Third one is Rapon, here. Fourth one, ask and analyze. And the fifth one, T, refers transformation. And the last one, enthusiasm. That's the last one. All over the world, a huge secret lies deep in the heart of the teachers. All over the world. I know that because I am a teacher. So can you guess what's that secret? Unfortunately, we are not passionate about everything we teach. Yes, that's our secret as a teacher. We know we are supposed to be passionate about teaching. That's why we feel guilty when that passion simply isn't there. So I feel guilty if I am not teaching like a passionate teacher. Because of that, we are going to seminar and conferences where the speakers explain why, as teacher, we must bring our passion into our school and so on. Yeah, they are telling lots of things, but it is a really difficult job for us. The real question is, how can I or how can you consistently bring your passion into your school as a teacher? And even the days our teaching material is boring.
Math
Okay,
is not
so
also interesting so much for some students.
maybe we will take a look at the passion. I mean, the David Burgess break the passion into three categories. So the first one is content passion. So content passion means, wait a minute. Second one is professional. We will take a look at one by one. Professional passion. Third one is personal passion. So let's take a look at the content passion. So when we say a content, I mean what we are teaching. I am teaching a math. So of course, as a teacher, you need to be a subject matter expert. You need to know subject. You need your subject. But it doesn't mean you have a passion for your subject. Maybe you don't love your subject. It's possible. Maybe accidentally you choose that faculty. If you have a content passion, no need to continue. You may leave the session. I mean, because if you love the 100% your subject, then you are passionate for teaching. So if you are an English teacher, you may have a passionate for tenses, literature. If you're a math teacher, algebra may be your best subject, or quadratic equations. Oh, you are waiting for that subject. Oh, I will teach quadratic tomorrow. I will teach quadratic equations. I'm really passionate about that. So I will start with the functions. I will sketch the graphs of it. Then I will give that daily life examples, bridge, and so on. You may be passionate about that content. But unfortunately, like Gürhan Bey said, it is, let's be honest, I mean, it's not possible, the whole content. Then we will call the help of the second passion, professional passion. We are teachers. We are game changers. We are changing, we are shaping lives. It may give us a really big passion because we love teaching. So let's take a look at the questions now. My first question is, are you passionate about creating lifelong learners? Yeah, what do you think? Yes or no?
Yeah. I say yes.
I mean, just if you are a primary school teacher, just think about this. You are shaping their minds. Maybe 20 years later, your students will be a president or will be a scientist. And the whole life, your students will remember you. Oh, I have learned this one. I had a teacher, a math teacher, physics teacher, English teacher. He was teaching me and he gave me lots of life lessons as well. That is one part of it. Second question, are you passionate about increasing self-esteem and self-confidence of your students? We are not teaching only our subject. I am not teaching only mathematics. I am trying to prepare my student the real life. They should be a good people, help to others, and doing the good things, not the bad things, not stealing, always telling the truth. And of course, we are trying to give these things as well. And the self-confidence and self-esteem. And the next one is, are you passionate about developing the creative? And this creative and innovative spirit is very popular these days of your students. If you are passionate about that, the professional passion will help you. But I like the last question. Are you a Friday teacher or Monday teacher? Yeah. We are choosing the Friday, we may have a problem about teaching, about professional passion. If we are waiting the Monday, oh, Monday. I will meet my students again. I will teach again. If you are passionate about that, you are a great teacher. You are on the good way. So that's called shortly the personal
Yes,
passion.
Sunday teacher.
Yeah, Sunday teacher. Yeah, that's another option. I didn't have that option here. So I like these calls. Do what you love what you do. If you are a teacher, I mean, if you love that your subject or your profession, then no problem. But if you are doing that, try to love it. Yeah, it may be difficult. Second option is a little bit difficult. Do what you love is more important than the second one. And the second one is, this is the Chinese proverb, a man without a smiling face must not open a shop. If you don't like your job, you can't be a productive teacher or passionate teacher. And the last one is personal passion. As a math teacher, I am passionate about playing guitar. I'm passionate about sports or origami or cooking, sport, dance, acting. So you may have some special personal passion here. The idea for the third one is bring your passion into your classroom. I'm a math teacher. I'm passionate about music. I will try to find the connections between my profession and my passion. I mean, music. I will try to connect them. Then I will bring my passion into classroom. If you have a personal passion, you will be a passion monster in the classroom. So bringing your professional passion to the classroom, it empowers you to create more powerful lessons because you are teaching from the area of strength. And by the way, passion is like a drug, but without the dangers and side effects. Use it as much as you want. When you get a taste of it, you will always and always want to come back for more. Passion is all about being on fire. Light yourself on fire with enthusiasm, with passion, and people or students will come from miles around just to watch you burn. Do you remember Walter Levin? His lectures are very popular all over the world. Maybe you have seen him. He is really old, but he is jumping, pendulum experiment. He is driving a kind of car there and hitting somewhere. He's trying to explain his content in a different way. He's really passionate about teaching. Now he has a YouTube channel. All over the world, people are talking about him. Or what kind of a lesson, or what kind of a beautiful physics lesson. So I hope my teacher will watch it and he will teach or she will teach in that way. Okay, that was the first part, passion. I'll be quick. The second one is immersion. So who knows the meaning of immersion? Maybe we are not familiar with this word.
Get into deep.
Yeah, get into deep. That's the word. Thank you very much. So the secret of becoming a better teacher is total immersion. Your ability to completely give yourself, get in it, up to the moment and fully be with your students. They could understand everything. When you are entering the classroom, if they are saying, oh, look at him, look at her, when he is teaching us, he is not doing anything else. He is always with us. He's not thinking his bills, or he's not thinking his family problems or school problems. When he is teaching, he is with us, totally with us. So students can feel it when you are truly present. I think you experienced this many times. If you have some problems in your mind, maybe in the first 5 minutes, the students will ask you, teacher, are you okay? If something is wrong today, they could understand this. So lifeguard, as you know, lifeguard stands on the sides of the pool, just watches and observes. If something happens, then action happens. But the swimmers fully immerse into his activity. Swimmers, they are in the water, in the pool. So focusing on the job, swimming. Most of our teachers are lifeguards. Backside of the classroom, just watch and observe. The students are writing, just controlling them. If you are not writing, if the students are not writing, okay, please write it, copy this, listen to me carefully. It's something like a lifeguard. But total immersion is different. You need to live with it. So you need to focus on it. It reminds me Bruce Lee.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Like that, you see?
Oh, I see. I get the idea. I get the...
You need to take the shape of the container or the glass. So you need to focus on it. If you are teaching a primary school students, I mean, you need to act like a childish person. So if you are teaching a high school students, you need to know their life, what they are listening, what they are watching. Take the shape of that cup. Let me give you another example from physics about the total immersion. The sun is a powerful source of heat for our world. And our Earth doesn't burst into flames each day at noon. That part, the sun was the most powerful time of it. How can we start a fire? Is it possible to start a fire using a sunlight?
By mirror.
Yeah, mirror or magnifying glass. Yeah, you are right. If you concentrate the sun rays through a magnifying glass, then you can start a fire. So that's total immersion. Or another example, laser. I'm not familiar with the laser, but I think the laser, maybe someone will explain to us. Laser is a really powerful light type or rays because they are different kind. There's a total immersion there. So using the laser, you may cut something because the doctors, they are using, and the surgeons, they are using laser light. So that's the total immersion. I think you understood the meaning of total immersion. You need to concentrate. You need to focus on what you are doing. Then it will affect. So immersion works the same way in the classroom. So the next one is rapport. R refers relation or rapport. So building rapport with your students will help you a lot. If you want to be a passionate teacher or effective teacher, you need to build rapport with your students. But the question is, how? How can I build it? David Burgess, beginning of this chapter, he gave us this quote. 100 victories in 100 battles is not a most skillful. Subduing the others military without battle is most skillful. So he put this quote at the beginning of this chapter. Why? What do you think? You may have a victory at the end.
Isolation.
Isolation. There's another word. Isolation and so yeah, you are going to isolation. Okay, anyway.
That you are sending the detention room.
Detention. Yeah. That was the word. Yeah, that was the word. Thank you very much. Detention. Maybe you have a victory at the end. Okay, I won the battle. The best thing is which you can do, subduing the others military without battle. If you could solve the behavior problems without battling them, then that's better than 100 victories. We don't want to develop techniques to win behavior management battles. Okay, what should I do if making a problem? Okay, detention or isolation. No, we don't want to win behavior management battles. We want to develop techniques and new methods that allows us to avoid the battles altogether. As teachers, we really have to navigate away from those battles as part of our behavior management. The first thing which you can do is listen. Listen them. If you want to build a relationship or a rapport with your students, you need to listen them. But remember, total immersion part. When you are listening, do not check their exams. Totally listen, total immersion. They will feel it. So if you are not listening them correctly, oh, okay, why should I talk with my teachers again? So they are not listening to me. But if you are a good listener, then that's the first step for building a rapport with your students. Second thing is smile at them. Make eye contact. That's really important, making eye contact. And the third one is spend informal time with your students. We were doing this in Bosnia. Better to check safeguarding policies. Spend informal time. I mean, the break time, you may sit with your students. If you're a class teacher, you may talk about the activities, daily life problems, and so on. Or you may visit their homes. That was the really important part of our education in Bosnia. We were visiting their homes, but believe me, after visiting their homes, all the things are different. You are the part of the family. They are calling you. Oh, teacher, how are you? What's going on? Parents are calling. And the students easily could come to you. Teacher, I have a problem. Can you talk with you? Can you help me? It's help a lot. Always, always look for good in them. Every student has a talent. Once Picasso said, all children are born artists. The problem is to remain an artist when we grow up. So you need to find the good in your students. They have a talent. They have the good things. So as a teacher, we need to uncover their talents, their abilities, their beautiful things. That's our job. And here we have another one. Offer help at all times. Everyone matters, everyone counts. That's one of my mistakes. So if someone knows math well in your classroom, he is your top student or she is your top student, you are always explaining to him, or you are always explaining to her, looking her eyes when you are asking some question. But everyone matters. Everyone counts. Be careful what you are doing in the classroom. Otherwise, you cannot connect with the other students. So honesty is best policy. There. Know your students on a personal level. Visit their home. Know your students on a personal level. I have seen a TED talk once. She had some difficulties when she was a student in the classroom. Her father was using drugs. All the teachers were asking, why didn't you do your homework yesterday? What did you do? No one was asking what happened at your home. And she was explaining, that night my father came with the drug and he was unconscious, fell down on the floor. The whole night I was trying to solve the problem there. How could I do my homework in that situation? No one was asking to me how I am feeling. What about my problems? Know your students on a personal level is really important. Maybe she lost her mother months ago, or she had a problem. She had some health issues. They may have some other issues. Better to know them. Then you could help them. You need to be careful about your actions. And I like this word. This quote belongs to James Cameron. No significant learning can occur without a significant relationship. It reminds me of the internet connection. If you have a powerful internet connection, you can transfer most of your knowledge to anyone. Fiber optic internet connection. Just imagine that fiber optic, very powerful connection. Then you can transfer your knowledge easily. But your internet connection is like us here with a mobile phone, not working everywhere, losing connection. So you cannot transfer. It's very difficult to transfer your knowledge, your experience to your students. Really difficult. So it's the same thing. No significant learning can occur without a significant relationship. It reminds me of the internet connection. And another thing, this is a scientific research. In fact, it's the proof of action speaks louder than words. So this scientific research gave us 93% of communication is nonverbal. And only 7% of communication is verbal. It means the most important thing is not what you are saying in the classroom, how you are saying that thing, how you are acting, your actions, your behavior in the classroom, not only in the classroom, of course, everywhere, because your students could see you in the market. I mean, you are telling them, be friendful. I mean, when you are talking, do not raise your voice to someone, but students could see you in the market and you are arguing with someone. So it doesn't affect anymore. David Burgess, at the beginning of the book, he was giving this example. I like that example, a raw meat example or raw steak example. As a teacher, you are serving the knowledge. You can think it's a raw meat. You are serving a raw meat and you are telling them, eat it. Just eat. But how could they eat? Your serving, your behavior, I mean, it's not good. First of all, you need to cook it. There should be some seasoning, side dish, and you need to flavoring it. Then you could say, okay, let us eat together. Then they will learn something. But we need to teach our curriculum. Yeah, we have some boundaries. I agree with you. You cannot change what you are serving, but you can change how you are serving it. So do not give them a raw meat. Give side dish, seasoning, cook it in your way. So it will affect a lot. Ask and analyze part. Ask and analyze part. David Burgess argues that you need to ask the right questions for teaching the right things. Ask the right questions. Write down your ideas. How can I improve my lesson? How can I become more creative when I am designing my lesson? So asking the right question is like tuning the radio to the correct frequency. So the quality of your questions determines the quality of your answers. Implement your ideas and evaluate the outcome. How can I get my class outside for this lesson? Is this the best place for teaching? Should I go outside? Should I go to the laboratory? Should I go to the museum or somewhere else to teach this lesson? Before teaching, you need to have a good plan and you need to ask the right questions. That's the ask and analyze part. Okay, transformation part, last two letters. How can I transform, how can we transform our lessons? Because for many students, school is filled with monotony. All the day you are doing the same thing. Math lesson, boring. We will write, we will draw some graphs, nothing else. And when I think about the students, typical student day, it makes me completely understand why so many of them, they don't want to come to school, be there. Because it's so boring. Did you try it? Just sit the same place with the students, just 1 hour. 1 hour will be enough. You cannot sit there 1 hour. Really. I mean, it's not a comfortable place for them. They are sitting, they are trying to listen to you, and you are giving a raw meat, just remember the example, boring lesson. We need to transform our classroom. So here is he's asking two questions. If your students didn't have to be there, would you be teaching in an empty room? And the second question is, this is a wonderful one. Do you have any lessons you could sell tickets for? Or if there were no attendance requirements, would your students come every day for your class? Or is your class so engaging that students will come on a Saturday? You will say, Saturday I have a lesson. Will they come? Or are they rescheduling doctor or dentist appointments to avoid missing your class? Oh, today I have a physics lesson. I need to be there. I need to go there today our teacher will show us the experiment, how the light works, or I don't know, biology lesson, how the photosynthesis works. We need to ask these questions to ourselves. We need to transform our classrooms and teaching methods. And the last one, enthusiasm. So your students will mirror your enthusiasm for a topic, for your subject and school. And we are lucky, Rabat. The first letter was passion. You may have a passion or you may not have a passion, but enthusiasm is a little bit different. So you can act as if I like the word, I like the idiom or the code in English. Fake it till you make it, or fake it until you make it. So you may not be a passionate teacher, but you may fake it. I mean, you may act like an enthusiastic teacher. Because act enthusiastic, it's possible. You can enter the class like that. Hello, my friends. Today we will learn and discuss quadratic equations. Welcome to my class. I am really happy being with you. You may be lying about that. You may acting. Maybe they will understand, but it doesn't matter. Fake it until you make it. But your intention is you are trying to be a passionate teacher at the end. If you want to be a passionate teacher at the beginning, you need to fake. You need to act like an enthusiastic teacher. Even if you are only acting at first, and amazing things happens along the way. In Turkey, we are saying if you do the same thing 40 times, it will happen. So amazing things happen along the way. You actually start to really feel and become passionate teacher or enthusiastic teacher. Okay, that was fake it until you make it. That was the end of the first chapter. Thank you very much for listening. I was a little bit excited.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was most enlightening.